Alrighty, it is time for a new quest line on the Skara to Scar called The Chieftain's Duty.
Well now,
Sudden
you're
Isolation.
certainly different.
We used to trade frequently with the Ukulot tribe in the Waking Shores, but they haven't been sending or accepting shipments for months now. Our letters have gone unanswered. Naturally, we suspect the worst. The chieftain Tutakwan has always been the reasonable sort, somewhat prone to strong emotions, but I can't imagine anything terrible could have happened under his leadership. Oh, interesting. I thought for a second it was my monitor or my graphics card, but you've also, you can see that, right? Yeah, that's a bug from the game. Jeez. Attempt to, my goodness, why is this game so buggy? Could you please check on them? If they need help, we'll happily provide. This is only in this particular spot. When we move, it's going to disappear. And it's gone. That's just odd. Ah, there's another quest here. Alright, another story. It's a bit of a shame. I liked the part where she told stories. And the fact that we can get specific story items for her, new tales, but there are no tales. I would have loved to see a new tale spun out of the items we're giving her, but Blizzard went the lazy approach, and they didn't want to pay a writer for an hour more to create a couple storylines. No, they're just like,
a new story to hear.
yes, very important. Goodbye.
Stories along. Now, you begin.
Ah, Blizzard. Ah, the lazy path. All right. We're supposed to go to the Waking Shore. Oh, sudden isolation, yeah. We do have a teleportation point somewhere here. Oh, up there. Is that worth it? I mean, why not? Let's go there and see if we can get any walls or something. Also on Wowhead, there is a specific site that gives you information about World of Warcraft. Blizzard announced, or well, they wrote about Blizzard announcing massive nerfs to Mythic Plus because it's ridiculously difficult. Because of the massive, unavoidable, group-wide AoE damage from nearly every trash mob. But even those nerfs are not enough, at least according to what I read and what the community discussed on the page. So it's going to be a bit better, but not very much. For example, one of the fights that the community seemed to have the biggest problems on a high difficulty level is in the dungeon Algathar Academy, the Overgrown Ancient. Obviously, the poison stacks on the tanks and the trees that spawn, they got their HP cut by 20 or 30%, that's it. Well, the community expected harder nerfs, but no, not yet. So let's see how that one turns out. I'm also not sure what Blizzard is thinking. One of the most important things in World of Warcraft is having healers. But Blizzard has made the game progressively difficult because there are a couple super nerds who can invest thousands of hours into hardcore grinding. And because of this 0.1% group, they are now trying to overly complicate / overly difficult the game. And that's a bit of a problem because the majority of the players are going to play in pugs. So in random groups, in groups of random peoples. And that's not going to work out. And if a normal person with good gear, such as other people with good gear, and they're trying a +10, which according to Blizzard is not much. If you look at the average item level that we get from the Great Vault, Blizzard is actually, they decrease the item level. So you're supposed to make a +15 or +20 to get good gear, and +10 is already not in reach for most. And it's a bit of a problem, and I don't see Blizzard fixing that. And Blizzard should definitely think about how can they make the game interesting for the Omega grinders. You know, for the people playing this as their job, that have people supporting them financially. I mean, these people can afford to play 100 hours a week. Most people cannot, or they play more. And if Blizzard continues this path, many players will stop playing the game, and that was a problem in the past. And still to this very moment, Blizzard has not found a solution. That's kind of problematic. Alright, yeah, we're not going to fight this. Goodbye. I was just looking what's happening here, but I'm not interested in doing that. And quite frankly, I don't see Blizzard doing anything about it. Blizzard does not understand how important it is to make it challenging, but not overly challenging. You know, there's a certain balance. You have to make it attractive for a certain mass of people, but you also you can't make, oh, what's that? Baldron. What is that? I think we can make it in time? Not sure. You can't make it too low Bob styled, of course. But instead of trying to balance it between 80% to 100% difficulty, they went with 250. And at the end of the day, their difficulty just means a mega load of damage. Where is that dude? Oh, there you are. A mega load of damage, and a damage dealer won't care about difficulty. Damage dealers never care. They just run into shit, and the healer has to heal them. And the problem is, Blizzard has been increasingly hostile towards healers, because they have created a shitload of unavoidable AoE stuff and avoidable AoE stuff, and effectively healer now has to work twice as hard to keep the group alive. And because of that, many healers stop playing the game, and that is a problem. And if Blizzard doesn't fix this, also Blizzard needs to understand something. A couple of days ago they nerfed tanks 10%, which is still not enough, but anyway, they nerfed tanks. And they did not balance it properly. Warrior tanks are still ridiculously overpowered, and the rest, I mean, Monk's Brewmaster is an absolute shamble. It doesn't work at all anymore. But at the end of the day, what Blizzard is not understanding is that healers are already struggling heavily, having fun in this game, in this add-on. And then Blizzard comes in and nerfs tanks. If you nerf a tank, that is effectively a nerf for healers, because the healers are going to have a harder time keeping the tanks alive because of the game design. And that is a titanic problem, because healers are already struggling and Blizzard is like, oh, let's make it even more difficult. And it's just, why would you do that? Why would you do that? I mean, you can nerf tanks in PvP. Nobody gives a shit about that. I mean, there are some people, but there you could have an argument saying tanks were too powerful. Yes, okay. But only nerf them in PvP. Do not nerf them in PvE, where they rely on healers. That's just dumb. And you're splitting the player base apart. And the people who are already struggling to have fun will quit the game in droves. I mean, there are a lot of people on the forums and on Reddit saying this is no fun, I'm not playing healer anymore. Why would I do that? You know, back in the day, when a player did a mistake, he was punished by 20, 30, 40% damage to his health pool, and now it's 70 to 150%. And that's just the avoidable damage. On top comes the unavoidable damage of an infinite amount destroying everything. And that's just... that's not the way, Blizzard. It's not the way. I have no idea what that one is. Whoa, Infurious, Draconium, whoa. Okay, we have a lot of stuff here. We're also going to... yeah, that's not going to work out. Okay, no, whoa. That is more difficult than I expected. Can we not... aggro... No, oh, yes, it worked! What is this? Dimmed Primeval Earth. Uh-huh. Where is that ore? Oh, there you are. Hello there. Oh dear. Run! Oh my goodness. Oh, there's another one. Hardened. Dimmed Primeval Ore. You combine the Dimmed Primeval Fire, Water, Storm, and Earth. Ooh, heed my call! Damn, the good old days. Where the greed of Blizzard was not yet at its height. To create an unstable elemental confluence. If you don't know the reference, just go on YouTube and Google Storm, Earth and Fire. You should find it rather quickly. And damn, it's a beautiful song. Confluence. What is an unstable elemental confluence? You may trade this. Ah, yes. Okay, do we have anything? Oh, disturbed. Yeah, the player base is disturbed. Especially, something that's problematic is there are many players who were not satisfied with Shadowlands, especially the last season. And now that people are returning, and Blizzard is making the most important player base, the healers. Without the healers, there is no game. They are making them feel shit. And it's just, why would you do that? You can make the damage dealers feel shit. Nobody cares. There are trillions of damage dealers. But the healers, they're extremely important. If you're going to make them feel like shit, your game is going to crumble and fall apart. So that's a bit of a problem. Halt, outsider! State your purpose before we skewer you for this intrusion. Oh, by the way, I found out this. We also have a secret mount. The community already found it. Apparently you need a specific toys, you need to use them in specific areas, and at the end of the day, at least I believe from the picture I saw, you can get a mount in a similar way that this one is looking like, even though it's a bit odd is that you can already get one of these colored versions. Back in the days, the secret mounts were very special, and only later on did they add colored variants of it to the game, but at the point where the secret mount was introduced to the game, at least as far as I remember, they were unique, and there were no other colored variants of it. And now Blizzard is adding a colored variant as a secret mount, even though you can already get other colored variants. I mean, it's making the whole way of you need to go on this epic journey of trying to puzzle the secrets. It's not very rewarding. I would have liked to see a special mount. I mean, the Blizzard of old did that. They created a specific special mount as a secret for players to discover. And of course that cost them a lot of resources. And nobody knew about it until people found out. But nowadays, the Blizzard of laziness is not doing that anymore.
Who speaks before me?
You are checking on us? Oh, a likely story. Who are you? Are you Blizzard? Are you the representation of greed and hatred? Ah, my goodness. May Microsoft save you, but looking at Microsoft, that seems unlikely. May the Blizzard of old reappear, but that is also unlikely. Ugh.
Come back for soon.
Yeah, that happens when you look into the soul of Blizzard. It's just... Never mind me.
A new face.
Pressing matters. The chieftain is not taking visitors. Full stop. Whether Iskara sent you or not, we are dealing with our own share of trouble right now. We don't need any outsiders bringing more of it. If you want our chime, make yourself useful and help our gods. The Jaradin have been attacking us from across the river. Flameshaper Lorak is behind the assault. He may not look like much as far as Jaradin go, but he's got more brains than the rest of them. Deal with him and bring back proof. For example, the head or hand or... we'll talk.
May your catch come swiftly.
The closer the Jaradin push toward us, the more the river dries up. If my guards can't keep them away, we'll run out of food soon. That's terrible. Let's kill... Oh, it's always killing. I'm Blizzard. Oh, okay. It's an MMORPG, it's always about killing. But not always. I mean, this add-on has a couple beautiful ideas how to make players not kill in their free time in this game, you could say. Oh, we still have legendary soup! Where is that? Oh dear. Yeah, it's not going to work out. I'm not going to even try to do that. For example, I really like... I mean, the climbing is it's lackluster and barebone, but as a feature that could come in later, I kind of like the idea. I would also like to see vehicles or the Dragonflying approach from the raid beginning being implemented in more areas where you can hop onto a big-ass dragon and then fight 10,000 enemies. That would be cool. Also, the photographing quest is cool, or the flying through groups, that's cool. The herding sheep is shit. I mean, not the idea of it. If there would be a button or something, or if the AI would have been properly programmed, that would be fine, but it's just not working properly, and it's... oh my goodness, please don't die. I'm gonna have a problem. Oh, that... yeah, it's molten. Yeah. Oh, but oh my goodness, what did I do? Okay, why are there 10,000 lava creatures? Go bugger off. I'm not inherently I'm not an enemy of the idea of it, if it's executed properly. If you have a button, if you can properly herd it. But right now it's just an absolute nuisance, and there's no way for you to know when is this creature going to trigger its running. It's just, it feels ugh. It reminds me of ancient times, for example in Silk Road, where this wooden-ish NPCs refused to properly move, and that was just terrible feeling. And if that is 2022, the best what Blizzard can offer, that's not enough. So herding sheep, I like the idea behind it as that's a quest among many. But if it's executed as lackluster as that, what we have right now, my goodness. It's just, what I don't understand is, surely developers played this with the sheep. And didn't you guys notice that it feels terrible? It feels unintuitive, it feels just, It just doesn't work. It's just, why would you do that? I mean, if you implement a feature and it doesn't work, you need to fix it, not just roll it out. But then again, we are in the age of Blizzard lazy, so here we are. There's a bit of a shame. I remember that the old Blizzard was always about polishing. You see, back in the days, there were games that required a shitload of patches to work. But if you bought a Blizzard game of old, it just worked. There were no major bugs that bothered you. And of course now you can come in and say, yes, but they're also more complicated. Are there more things to be done, more things to be considered? And that's not entirely wrong, that's a good argument. But there's also another argument, and that says, yes, but the company now is 100 times bigger, with 100 times more workers, and the industry has a shitload of technology nowadays to automate a lot of problem finding and fixing. And there are many arguments in favor of it's more complicated, but there are also many arguments in favor of it's easier to fix certain bugs because you have more manpower and more resources and a shitload of more money. But of course the question is, where's that money going? And well, we all know where it's going at Blizzard, because it's not going to the developers. The small developers, they're underpaid. I mean, on an industry level, Blizzard is not paying good. I mean, yes, some of the management are earning very nice amounts of money, but the people doing the hard work at Blizzard, they're not properly compensated. And that's a problem. And since that is a fact, it does not surprise me at all that the quality of what these people who are underpaid, according to peers of the industry, of people working in similar jobs in other companies, it's not surprising that what they deliver as work is filled with bugs and errors and problems, and that's and ultimately it's just a shame on the thought of what this company once was. This company was once the pinnacle of gaming. It had the utmost of incredibility. Yeah, that sentence is not going to sound good. It just had an incredible reputation. And it was without tarnish, without error. People looked up to Blizzard. People thought about becoming a gaming developer because they wanted to work at Blizzard. Blizzard was like a beacon of hope in an entire industry. Across developers, managers and players, gamers, customers, and now look what they did. Loot boxes, add-ons, DLCs, greed, harassing people, harassing their own employees, sexual harassment. Fucking hell, Blizzard, what happened to you? I mean, you grew up and you became equivalent of 60-year-old abuser, constantly drowning in cash whilst letting your neighbors and the people working for you drown in misery. It's just, what happened to you? What the fuck happened to you?
Come, tell us a tale.
If that's weapons just for show, tell us now so we don't waste time.
Keep the balance preserved.
I'll admit I didn't expect you to come back alive.
Bring more tales.
Worst impressions. Harkotar turns the trophy over in his hand before clasping it. He grimaces. So, this is what we've been reduced to, eh? An outsider does more work for us in a day than our chieftain has in weeks. Ugh, come. Oh, I will take you to him. Maybe this will be the kick in the stern that he needs.
May your catch come swiftly.
It's a shame that I can't dragonfly with this one. It's the mount that you got in the collector's edition or in the epic edition or whatever edition you wanted to pay. There was more than normal edition. But it's not a dragonflying mount. So, get out there with your hunters and do your job. I can't armor people with nothing. Food stores are running low, my lord. The river is dwindling and our anglers cannot fish unprotected. We need you, chieftain. No, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. I will not lose anyone else to— Oh, is this? Look what has happened to Khan. We rely on outsiders to fight our enemies for us while you drag your feet. Let them fight. We've already paid too high a price for fighting. Your people are the ones paying that price now. Maybe the outsider can fix that for you too. I'm not sure about that one.
Oh, such an unusual visitor.
Tutankhamun looks past you with a despondent frown, watching the guard ride away. By the way, when I talk about Blizzard, we also should add Activision Blizzard. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're aware of the story / the history of Blizzard. But at one point, Blizzard sold itself to the devil, basically. And well, what came of that, we all know. Even though we have to remind ourselves that some of the abusers, sexual harassers, who were reported, come from the Blizzard of old, before the Activision merging. And later on, when everything that Blizzard did became shit, well, almost everything publicly happened after the merger with Activision, which is not surprising if you look at Activision products and how they treat their customers and the reputation that they've accumulated in the industry. And it's not necessarily a good one. I've slain your enemies. You have seen proof of my deeds. Oh, it's buggy again. Ah, beautiful. We need to go away. We need to open it again.
Who might you
And yes.
Come, settle down.
This means nothing to me anymore. Take care of whatever Kulikar and Nunjak want. I wish to return to my thoughts. Damn, you're useful, leader. But then again, if you're the responsibility over your people and your people die, that's terrible. But if there is an encroaching enemy and you do nothing, ultimately you will be dooming all of your people to die. So that's a bit of a problem. Tutankhamun tosses the trophy on the ground nearby, tired and disinterested.
Be careful out there.
A fine chieftain and huntsmaster you are, hiding away while the Jaladin push us out. Crafter Kulika.
Who speaks before?
Blah. I can't believe Tutankhamun's still moping around when we need him to command his guards and hunters. We used to trade with the Skara at Alpier, but that's gone belly up with the Jaladin closing in and scaring off our traders. Half of last month's supplies and most of our boats are still lost out in the shallow river. The guards and hunters want to help. What's that half-boiled fish? But they've got no weapons.
Looks like you could all use some resources.
It says, you look
There's a
like you
saying
can
for
protect
this.
yourself. Look like you.
Survival of the fittest.
Interesting coincidence. So get out of there and grab something I can make spears with.
We'll remember you.
Troubled water? Oh, I'm not willing to let Uktulut rot like Tutankhamun is. Get me those supplies. It saddens me to see our chieftain like this. But our needs cannot wait. The river has provided for us for generations. But as the Jaladin push forward, the waters recede, and the creatures fight with each other for space and resources. Without guards, our anglers cannot venture far to fish. Our food stores dwindle by the day. You do not seem to need protection, though. Take this net to help gather any fish you can from the river. Meat from the nearby crabs would also be welcome.
I'll pass your story
Alright.
along.
Anything can be blah blah blah. Half-boiled fish. Okay.
I don't have a target. I can't use that item yet.
What is, by the way, also a massive problem. Encroaching heat. The fish has clearly been dead for some time. Okay, we're going to read this later. Blizzard has now implemented pay to win in World of Warcraft. They have added a system to get good items. And all you have to do is pay money. And it might be the beginning of the final end for this game. Since this community has always prided itself on this is pay to win, not because you pay to play. And Blizzard, of course, is going the hyper-capitalism way, called money, money, money. And why not get more money by shitting on your principles? Jeez. Blizzard, why? I mean, this whole Diablo Immortal, oh my goodness, the cash grab of the lowest order. In terms of the lowest value impossible. It's purely designed to make people spend thousands of dollars, /euros, whatever, for mediocre results. It's just designed to empty the pockets of people in greedy ways. And the Blizzard of old would have never done that, but the Blizzard of new will. Which is also a reason why I'm not going to play this game very long, but maybe for a month or so. And I'm not interested in paying for 6 months or something. They just don't deserve it. I'm interested in seeing what they did. I'm interested to see if they changed. But seeing what they added, seeing that they added pay-to-win mechanics. Yeah. Well, maybe they did change, but not in a good way. Anyway, upon closer inspection, you notice that it appears to have Bbbbuutt In order to properly judge them, I have to experience it. I can't just judge them from afar and saying they're shit. No, I have to see it myself. I have to experience what do they do, what do they say, do they keep their words, do they keep up their principles, and what I can see is that they've gone more greedy, more lazy, the game has gone more buggy, and they're continuously making decisions that contradict what players want, and that's not good as a developer. Studio. Upon closer inspection, you notice that it appears to have been boiled, probably while still alive in the river. Unjach back at the village might be interested in this. Versatility, critical strike, mastery. Ooh, it's getting interesting. Pile of driftwood, yeah, we need that. It's a bit odd that they're extremely weak. I mean, the 30k for level 70 mob, that's just... even as a tank, I'm just rolling over them. I'm not sure why if that's on purpose, or if they should have maybe 100k. Maybe they're just not yet enough people who have actually been this far with a 2-scar. Because I've done basically every world quest, and at least the big events. I mean, yes, there are some people who are extremely nerding this and buying a shitload of fish for 2 million gold, but you can be quite sure that the majority of players is not going to do that. The number of people who have at this point experienced this storyline, maybe it's low, maybe it's on purpose, but it would seem odd. Why are they such... I mean, seriously, 30k? That's a bit low. I mean, I'm just stomping over these. And that's the first time in this add-on, really. I'm just stomping over trash in a questing area. By the seas, I have not seen a hole that size in weeks. Oh, just got child and a baby Otto. Oh, what a dream team. And he's chomping on a fish. Oh dear. Why is there a bone sticking out of the fish? What is that? That's I mean, obviously it's some sort of fin or something. It just looks very stone-ish. Anyway.
The day just
Encroaching heat. Watch our Noah preserve us. How my heart aches, whatever, aches to see the river disturbed in this way. Well, this must be yet another of the Jaradine atrocities. Their fiery magic has been heating the river beyond anything these poor creatures can endure. But it would be disrespectful to allow this one to go to waste. Go on, throw it in the pot. We'll use it for tonight's meal. So either way you go, I mean, as a paladin, I do believe I'm supposed to take mastery.
Bring more tales when next we
And where's the recipe
Careful
actually?
out
Oh, there you
there.
are. Let's sell all this stuff we don't need. Salt baked fish cake.
I have many wares.
Okay, goodbye to
May
all
your
that.
feet
Can we
find
actually salt blah? Not you cooking. Breakfast draconic. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Salt baked fish cake. Cerulean spinefish assorted exotic spice. Okay. Not sure if that's worth it. Grand banquet of the Kaluak. Alright.
Greetings, stranger.
At least our children not go hungry.
We'll
Yes, yes.
remember you.
All of the meat preserved. Okay. Is he below? Oh no, there he is.
Greetings, stranger.
I can't click on. I'm clicking on him. Nothing happens. Ah, stand there and look pretty while I work these into some real Tuska weaponry. Oh, there, and a second later. Oh, one of my finest spears yet. Summoned up, conjured with magic. Didn't see that one. A small taste of what those giant fiery bee bastards have in common.
Come, tell us a tale.
Once our guards and hunters have new weapons, I can pull together a group to gather the rest of the wreckage.
Keep the balance.
Oh, it's about time. Oh, they're a little wet, but I'll be able to make many fine weapons with these.
May your catch come
Destined
swiftly.
to Scarsenal. A Tusker target dummy. The first weapon is ready. Soaking the bones in river water warmed by the Jaradine's fire made them more pliable. I'll remember that trick. Since you've been helpful so far, I'll do you the honor of letting you test out some authentic Octolot weaponry. You'll find no sharper blade or sturdier haft this side of the Dragon Isles. Go test this out in our training area for me. Maybe I'll remind the chieftain what real fighting looks like. Ah, Tuska training dummies.
Oh, bring more tales when next we meet.
Test the weapon on a Tuska training dummy. Show off your combat prowess. Okay.
It's too far away.
That seems rude, they're training and we're just destroying the dummies. That's just a rude thing to do. Congratulations, you just destroyed their training exercise. Well done, good quest. I mean, imagine you're in a gym, and a dude comes in with a hammer and destroys the equipment you're, well, working out on. That would be kind of rude, wouldn't it? I mean, seriously. Haha, I hear the commotion all the way over here. That doesn't, if that talk doesn't get into Tutakan moving again, I don't know what will. At least our hunters will all have the weapons they need to defend our village, with or without their huntmaster's help. Thank you, Tyrell.
I'll pass your
Tusker
story
training dummy.
along.
Well, the quest line is still not finished. Ooh, he's coming out of there. What is he going to say? What is he going to do? But that is a tale for the next episode.